Women, you cannot be Captain Save a Hoe.
You won't find nobody better than I. Who better than Kai? Rhetorical, don't need no reply. Nah, I'm sensual caramel with a touch of butter. Best of both worlds, sophisticated in them gutter.
Hi guys, it's Kai and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell right next to it so you can get notified every time your girl uploads a new video, which is absolutely every week. That is not every Tuesday and Saturday. You guys get to see me and go and give this video a thumbs up. You know it's gonna be lit because on and pop and keep it rocking. We ain't stopping, period. Alright y'all, so today is gonna be a chit chat, get rid of me. Y'all, it's been so long since I've sat down and actually like talked to y'all like in terms of a chit chat, get ready with me. So I decided that I want to sit down, talk to y'all, cause it's a lot of stuff that that's been going on and I want to talk about it, and I want to talk about some new things that I'm trying to get into. And yeah, we're just gonna sit and we're gonna chat. We're gonna do a little bit of makeup, not too much, but anyways, a lot of stuff that's been going on, honey. First we're gonna crunch down on this Jada situation, like Miss Jada, Will Smith, and August Alsina entanglement situation, honey. I'ma just give y'all my opinions. I don't bash nobody's opinions. I don't even like to listen to nobody's opinions until I give my own, and then I go back and hear what other people say. But the situation with August and Jada, August should have just, there's some business that you just keep to yourself. But as when it comes to celebrity, all press is good press, even if it's negative. Look, I'm all about reputation, honey. I cannot, the stuff that these celebrities be doing, putting themselves out there, honey, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. But who am I to pass judgment? I'm not trying to judge nobody, but I just couldn't. Like some stuff you just gotta keep on the low. Keep it on the down low. Nobody has to know. But August don't know how to do that. I just feel like he know how to do that. And you know, Jada said, you know what, let me bring myself to the red table, because Black Twitter Black Twitter, and y'all know we get mad when we get called out. Like Black Twitter get mad when we get called out, cause don't y'all call us out. Don't call us out. Black Twitter got mad, like, don't be putting us in y'all stuff. But y'all know y'all said that y'all instigated that situation. We all instigated that situation, turned it into something that it really wasn't, honey. We turned it into something that it really wasn't. So Jada said, let me bring myself to the red table, because what we gonna do, we gonna straighten this up, because y'all not gonna be putting no words in my mouth. And she and her husband, I'm gonna have to get into that, because baby, I feel a whole lot about this situation, because I've been seeing a whole lot going on, you know, the memes and stuff about that. But she and her husband sat down at the red table. Will was Jada, and during the sessions that she be having. And then y'all remember the episode of Red Table Talk? We ain't gonna even talk about it. But anyways, she brought herself to the red table, and her and Will, they talked about it. Jada said it was an entanglement, honey. I respected and loved that entire segment. I don't care. You may not have, but I respected it, because it's at the end of the day, that's the real tea. Even if you're not married, the only difference with Jada and Will is that they are married. Single people do that every day. I don't see what is so toxic about what Jada and Will said. I felt like I wasn't gonna be with you. I felt like we were done. I was through with you. I didn't want you. You need to figure out where you want to be, because obviously you weren't happy anymore. So I decided to tell you, get your ass on, go figure out what you want to do, because I ain't got time for it. That's what we do in relationships. It's gonna be a point where you're gonna be in a relationship and you're gonna feel like you don't know where you want to be. You're gonna feel like you need to find yourself, because there are gonna be some instances where your partner is gonna piss you off and you're gonna feel like, I ain't got time for this. I don't have to put up with this. I'm tired. And she felt like she wasn't happy anymore. She felt like Will wasn't making her happy anymore. So Will told her, you know, go out, find yourself, do what you need to do, and if you want to come back, then we can do that. And she went in her little entanglement. She went through her little entanglement with August. And the thing, now I don't agree with the fact that yes, they were married, because in the eyes of God, yes, it's wrong, but in the real world, and I keep telling folks, like, because I had this conversation with my mama, and I'm in the real world, taking the Bible out of it, you know, taking God away from it. God is the head of my life, y'all, don't get me wrong, but taking God out of it and taking the Bible from it, that's real stuff. If we decide we don't want to put up with the shit, we want to let it go. That's real. That's the real deal. So when she said, when they both said, you know, they felt like they were done with each other, she moved on to somebody else. She moved on to somebody else. In her mind, she felt like she was healing a broken person. But in reality, because she was broken, because she was still damaged from her and Will's situation. So you got two damaged people getting in a relationship together. Now, the thing that I don't, how do I say this? This is an adult. He's a grown ass man. And even then, back in 20 whatever year it was when they were messing around, 4 years ago, he was an adult. He was a grown ass man. Yes, he was damaged, but he was, you know, you're grown. You know you're dealing with a married woman. You know what can come from being with a married woman, unless your brain just haven't developed to the point of understanding. When a married couple, if they have been, sometimes when a married couple have been together for a long time, honey, it's gonna take a lot to pull them people away from each other. I can attest to that. I've seen it happen so many times where married couples, they do decide to separate, do whatever they're gonna do, but eventually they come back to one another, because in that process of trying to figure out where they want to be, they realize that nobody else is made for them. They're only made for each other. So Will and Jada decided to come back, and in the eyes of God, if we want to put the Bible in it, that is what you're supposed to do in a marriage. You're gonna marry somebody, y'all gonna have to be in it through your vows, through sickness and health, to death do us part. You do not supposed to divorce your spouse if you decide that you're not happy anymore in the eyes of God, if we want to take it there. But in reality, honey, taking the Bible out of it, a lot of us do it. A lot of us don't want to work on it because we don't want to just go through the bull. We don't want to put up with the BS. And honestly, I would be that person that don't want to put up with the BS. I really don't even remember where I left off at, but I think I was saying how when it comes to me and my views on marriage, I feel like my first marriage is gonna be my last marriage. Putting it in stone, in concrete, I'm setting it. My first marriage is gonna be my last marriage. So I'm going to make sure that my partner is who I want to be with for the rest of my life, because if I see some red flags while we're just engaged or still single, I'm not about to marry you. Because if you haven't worked on yourself and built yourself up to, you know, to be the man that you need to be, and women got to stop saying we want to build this man. The man needs to man up for himself. Women, you cannot be Captain Save a Hoe. Because that's what we do when we say we're going to build this man up, we're going to take him and mold him and sculpt him. No, that man needs to go through his own process, his own journey of restoration, finding who he needs to be for himself. So when he comes to a woman, he didn't figure out, this is what I want, this is what I done been through this shit, I done got through it, I done found my way, I went through the growth process and did what, got all of that shit out of my system. I'm a man. I went through my journey and I sat down and figured out that that's the shit that I'm tired of. Like, he gonna have to be a man, and you can't save that man. And I'm a woman, so men is vice versa. If you already got your shit together and that woman still haven't figured out that she ready to be a woman and own up to her shit, let her go, figure out herself, restore herself, point blank, period. I'm not about to do something that a man should have been, you know, a man was supposed to been doing. The process is not an easy one, and if a man can't, if he doesn't have the brain capacity to realize that it's time for me to actually be a man and put away all of this childish stuff, I'm not gonna say he's never gonna be ready, but he's not ready. You know, people who really want to grow and, you know, develop, self-develop, and, you know, just mature to be a better version of themselves, like working on actually becoming that best version of themselves every day, they are ready. They're ready to take on priorities. You know, they understand the value, where they will understand, because if they're not married yet, they will understand the value of marriage. You know, we're gonna be some real women and some real men in this thing and own up to the shit. You know, take accountability. When you're going through your growth process, you're gonna have to own up and take accountability for your actions. And that way, when you finally take accountability and you understand that you've done all of this shit, and it's at a point where you're tired. You're tired of going through the same cycle. You know, you're breaking the hearts of these women and men over and over and over again, to a point where you have to realize that shit needs to stop. And sometimes people get in a marriage before they go through that process, and it can hurt the marriage. And when we get married, because, you know, a lot of us believe so much, we want to abide by the words in the Bible, so a lot of us don't believe in getting a divorce. We want to work it out with our partner. And I think that's what Will, you know, felt like. I want to work on my marriage because I value this marriage. And they both had to go through that restoration period. They both had to go through it, because Will and Jada have been together for a long time, y'all. You know, they've been together since the 90s, so they've gone through so many cycles with each other, and they probably never figured out in their younger years where they wanted to be. Because the Will is not perfect either. We just haven't seen Will stuff. That big mouth bastard put Jada business out, and we saw it, because we're living in a new day and age now. You know, there was a little stuff back in the day about Will, but it was the way technology is set up now. It wasn't like that back then. Now we got blog sites on the internet and all of that. We ain't had that back then, so that's why Jada is a little bit more out there. So Will isn't perfect. He done been through his shit too, and he probably went through his restoration period. She's gone through her restoration period. That's why she was woman enough to come to that red table talk and say, I'm gonna own up to my shit. And that's the first sign of actually growing. That's growth, baby. That's realizing I'm a grown ass woman. I'm gonna take accountability, because you taking accountability for your action. You're admitting, I was wrong. What I did, I thought I was healing a broken person. She thought she was healing him, but instead he probably felt like she was damaging him even more, because August is young and he was younger then. So he hasn't gone through his full healing process, and that's what he's doing now. And I think he mistook that segment with Angela Yee as a therapy section, because he wanted to just get it out of there, because we don't know, he probably had this stuff held in for years. We don't know who he's been talking to, so he probably used that as an opportunity to get it out of his system, because he's trying to heal. That's a part of his healing process. And although we may not agree with it, that's what he felt like he needed to do to fully transition to the next phase. And I be telling folks, you know, we're gonna go through some transitional phases. Part of that lesson comes in with communication, and he felt like he needed to communicate to, he didn't have to communicate it to the whole world, but that's what he did. I feel like he should have done it with Jada, told Jada how he felt, and that would have been a better way to go about his healing process, instead of going on a public platform and now the whole world knows y'all business. He should have, you know, reconsidered going on there and talking about it. But that was a part of his healing process. And in marriages and relationships in life, you're gonna go through these things. That is reality. What Jada and Will did and owned up to and sat down and said, that's reality. You're gonna go through that shit. Like, relationships are not perfect. They're not all rose petals and good smelling perfume and flowers, honey. If you think it is, then you got another thing come for you. If you haven't been in a long lasting relationship, like a long term relationship, you got another thing coming for you if you think it's gonna be perfect, because it's not at all. And there's gonna be some moments where you're gonna feel like, I'm tired of it, I can't take it, I'm done, I can't do this, I got better things that I need to be doing, I gotta figure me out, I gotta love me. And let me tell y'all, it took me a long time to realize this myself. You may go through a breakup, but just like you hurt after a breakup, you heal. That is the best feeling. That feeling of healing, that is a beautiful feeling, because in that process of healing, you're gonna find that love for the person that you should have been loving from the beginning, and that is you. A lot of us base our happiness and our happiness and our moments off a relationship, off another person. Like this person is the only reason you're living your life, and that shouldn't be. You should love you enough to know that you're living your life for you, because nobody else is living your life. Nobody else can live your life but you. So I just feel like, as a realist, I see it for what it is, and that's reality. That's the stuff you're gonna deal with, be it a marriage, be it a relationship, period. That is stuff you're gonna deal with. It's not gonna be perfect. You just gonna have to be a man and a woman enough to say, I'm gonna work this shit out with my partner. I'm gonna work it out with my partner. And sometimes that is easier said than done, and that's why a lot of divorces tend to happen. But Will and Jada said they weren't gonna do that. You know, we're fighting for our family, we're fighting for ourselves, we're gonna fix this, we're gonna work on this, I'm gonna save my marriage. And that's what they did. They took that time apart, and eventually they realized they're better together. I'm good all by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. You make me better. You know, they may not have felt like that, but you know, that's what I took it as. That's how they felt. So that's my little rant about that situation. I just take it for what it is, and it's reality. That's some stuff that's gonna actually happen if you get in a relationship, if you marry somebody. If that person, y'all aren't ready, y'all haven't been through that phase of, you know, finding out where you really want to be. You love yourself enough to know that you're gonna love another person, and you're not gonna do anything to jeopardize that marriage. You know, if you haven't done that while you were single, and you get in a marriage before you done that, then the reality is you're gonna try to be figuring that shit out in your marriage, and that's what I don't agree with. Don't try to do it before you marry somebody. But if you feel like it's worth it, your wife or your husband is worth it, you're gonna come back. You're gonna come back, point blank, period. And that's how I feel about it, y'all. Comment down in the comment section what you think. I think I missed a little bit of something, because I've been talking about this stuff since I saw everything that's been happening. I think I done missed a few things about it that I wanted to talk about. But anyways, moving on. Another thing I want to talk about, I want to talk about some new ventures that I have, that I'm thinking about doing, that I have started. One being a podcast. I am starting a podcast, y'all. The podcast is like, y'all think I'm crazy on here. I kind of censor myself on YouTube, but it's gonna be raw. It's gonna be raw and real, and I'm just telling y'all, if you want to hear some real shit, then you want to hear how Kai is on a daily basis, how I be talking when I be engaging in conversations with my best friends and, you know, my close friends and stuff, then you want to go ahead and subscribe to that podcast, because I'm telling y'all, girl, it's gonna be lit. I'ma update y'all on a later date about that, because I'm still kind of trying to work out some kinks and stuff with it. So it's in the process, and I'm gonna get me a launch date. I'm gonna soon get me a launch date, and I'll update you guys on that. I'm telling you, I am not doing my makeup at all. I'm not doing my makeup at all. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna update y'all on that. That's gonna be a good venture for me. Hopefully you guys will tune in and enjoy the podcast, because it's gonna be a lot of discussions that I'm gonna be discussing. I wish I would have launched it earlier. That way I could have talked about, I really would have stated how I feel about the whole Will, Jada, and August situation with no, you know, no censors, because I censored myself. But honey, because I've been going off the hinges with it, because listen y'all, I'm a realist, and when I tell y'all I'm a realist, I'm a realist. Like, I'm gonna tell you how it is. Like, if you ain't got no blunt friends, I'm that blunt friend that'll probably piss you off, because I'm gonna tell you the real. I ain't finna tell you nothing just to make you feel good. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Point blank period. Point blank period. My friends, they already know what it is. I'm that honest blunt friend that's gonna tell you the shit you need to hear and not the shit you want to hear. Point blank period. But yep. Yep, I don't expect much from a friendship. I expect you to be loyal, I expect you to be honest, and I expect you, you know, just to be real. To be real with me. Don't be faking and shaking. Like, some people try to be your friend and they really don't like you. They wouldn't even be your friend. They'll be an enemy in disguise. They really don't like you because they have a hateful spirit. Because I've been in situations where I felt like a person has been my friend, and then they have shown me countless amounts of times that they're not. And that's the thing that people know about me. I don't give chances, but if I see something in a person, I try my best to, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt, because my choice of words, I'm tearing up. But I try my best to give them the benefit of the doubt, and then when they kind of like destroy that is why it's hard for me to let other people in, because you have people who come in your life who destroy you, destroy what you think and how you feel about others. And that's why I kind of make it a priority. My peace is a priority to me, so I don't feel bad when I cut off people that I feel are toxic in my life. And then I tell people too, like, if I'm toxic to you, cut me off, because I don't want to be that toxic thing in your life, because I may be toxic to somebody. And if I'm that toxic thing in a person's life and they cut me off, I can't be mad at that. You know, I'm just the type of person, I just feel like you should tell me if I'm toxic. Don't hold back. If I'm toxic, let me know. You know, because people need to know when they doing some shiesty shit to people, because you don't need to be going around treating people like that. Damn. You don't need to be going around. I got my stuff everywhere, y'all. My powder everywhere. But you don't need to be going around treating people like that, because that's not cool at all. And most of these people be wolves in sheep clothing. You know, they pretend to not just you, but to others too. Like, they're just so, you know, they're just so good and innocent, and they be some hellraisers. And you want to give people the benefit of the doubt because of the person that you are. I was telling my mama the other day, like, you know, I'm blessed with such a good heart that I will, when I ride for you, I ride for you, and then when you take advantage of me, I be hurt. And I don't like to be hurt. I don't like getting hurt, y'all. I don't like my feelings being hurt, because you done sat there, now you done disturbed my peace, and you done messed up my trust. So that's why I be hurt and I be upset, because you should have left me the hell alone, whether you are a person that came and you my man, or whether you just somebody that came and tried to be my friend. Now you done pissed me off because you done sat here and disturbed my peace. You should have left me alone. You shouldn't try to be my friend, and I would have been just fine. Because I tell people I am perfectly fine with just existing in a world with people. You don't have to talk to me. I tell people on my job, like, we ain't gotta be friends. We come to work to work. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to be friends. You know? If a person lets you in their life, that is a privilege that you get. Especially if they good people. That is a privilege. Because it's hard to come by some good, genuine people. It's hard to come by genuine people, and when you do and you you fucked it up, now you done messed it up for everybody. That ain't cool. Peace is a priority. Your peace is a priority, baby. Girl. And I promise y'all, that's why I always try to do right by people, because I believe in karma, and I only want good karma coming in my direction. I do not want any bad karma coming my way. So I try to do good by people. That's why even if I don't, you know, if I choose to cut you off and I don't fool with you, I'm not gonna bash you. I'm not gonna wish you any ill will. I'm just gonna cut you off, and that's gonna be that. Cause I want my good karma. I truly believe in being a positive person at all times, doing good by people at all times, even if they do bad by you. You know, that's them. I'm living my life for me, and I'm living a life that's pleasing, so that the universe can bless me tremendously. So that's why I do right by other people. Point blank, period. But that is it. I really wasn't trying to go for this lip, but it is what it is. So I hope you enjoyed today's chit chat. Get ready with me. It's been a while since I've done one with you guys, and this one is a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down on anything that we talked about today, whether I talked about, we can start a discussion. Try to be respectful with what you say, honey, because I know a lot of people don't agree with my notion, so we can peacefully agree to disagree, because I don't like bashing nobody else's opinions, honey, because I just don't do that. So that's it. Love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.